through your system. Then suddenly, you'll realize that you are breathing differently. Your breath will come in through the crown of your head and will fill your body in a manner you are not really accustomed to. In those first few days after the shift, you will learn how to function with everything that is different. Many new things will occupy your new and enlightened thinking process. Your thought process will be so clear, and your memory will be beyond anything you will have prepared for. You will have approximately 2,000 years to revel in the glory of the fourth dimension. In essence, my friends, although it will seem like a rather shaky situation, this is the beginning of a period of total enlightenment. Most of you have been preparing for many lifetimes just to remember the totality of ascension. Nothing has been wasted, so don't ask, why didn't I just wait for this instead of going through all the trauma? Learn with a great desire so as not to take any old baggage into this new and exciting era. This is just the beginning. Don't judge the total experience by this short span of time, and most certainly don't panic. Questions and answers: how much linear time do we have left? I mean, we've got to get cranking to raise our vibrations. Can you tell us about when the shift will take place? Chiral. As I explained before, the actual time frame is irrelevant. It is not the when, it is, in fact, the journey. So much depends on Mother Earth and her vibrational system. As Mother Earth's vibrations increase, this actually slows her speed towards the null zone. In this time, the masses can more fully prepare for ascension. Ironically, the more you try to prepare from fear, the faster you're going to move towards it. So your challenge, my friends, is to figure out how to teach without fear. Master Jesus came here to teach without fear. Buddha came here to teach of balance and no fear. All the masters have tried to teach without fear. However, the human thought process and the lack of 12 DNA strands have allowed some people to use fear to control the masses and gain from a more personal standpoint. The light cannot be hammered in. It can only be accepted in. If you wish to move this photon energy and keep it at bay until you can get more of the population prepared for it, then you must become more enlightened. Don't go into fear. The photon energy is coming and you can't stop it. But the more brothers and sisters you are able to prepare for the shift, the more beauty and light you shall all share in the fourth dimension. Q. I read in a book about the null zone. Can you tell me about this and how it relates to the shift and the 3 days of darkness? Chiral. During the 3 days of darkness, the Earth's magnetic field will drop to zero and all electromagnetic activity will cease. This is the null zone, and marks the shift from the third dimension into the fourth dimension. As we move into the fourth dimension, time is already compacting. This is literally compacting the planetary system itself so that the land masses of Mother Earth are being compressed into a different space. This is going to create a physical shift as well as the energy changes that will enable Mother Earth to cleanse herself. Q. This sounds like a fearful time, like we're going to have earthquakes. So if I know this now, there would be no fear because I would know what was happening, right? Chiral. Easy to say, but memory is also cellular. It would not be the kind of fear you deal with on an everyday basis. Though many will be aware, for the most part, the masses will be a reaction. We have already talked about the mass consciousness, so you can begin to see the importance of not falling prey to the thoughts of others. Clarity will be at a premium, and those who are fully aware will be able to help others understand. Don't panic. Do you know how many times you need to remember this? Don't panic. Q. Will the shift occur the same way all over the Earth? Chiral. The answer is a resounding yes. This is a total Earth shift. No single place is spared the process. Why would anyone want to miss it? This period of unrest is only a prelude to all the beautiful energy of the fourth dimension. The essence of the Earth will be at the highest possible vibration that it has been in for literally thousands of years. Q. Without electricity and gas, How do we survive? How about cooking food, hot showers, radio, television? Kyrael, from our side, one of the most interesting parts of this event is the answers to these particular questions. Most have become so reliant on the creature comforts of this world that they can't begin to understand how they will be able to survive. There are two parts to this. First, as you lose electrical power, photon energy will replace it. Remember that your reliance on fossil fuels is one of the things that keeps you hostage to the cartels of this time. The purity of life without all the trappings will soon be the absolute highest form of understanding. Second, the Galactic Brotherhood will assist you in the conversion of energy. They will move swiftly to see that most important needs are taken care of. You cannot imagine the speed with which they will assist the remaining essence on this plane. Can you discuss the other realms involved in the shift? Kyrael, Mother Earth, like all other entities, is a living, breathing entity, just as your body is a living, breathing entity. Your physical body seems small compared to your totality, but it is alive and well. The duration of the null zone will be uncomfortable for any physical body that is not lightened up. There are two energies that you can work with entering the null zone, sound and light, because your third-dimensional body is a molecular structure also composed of light. Your physical bodies and the human element are among the lower vibrations in the universes. That is not being negative, it is just the truth. But that's what you chose when you decided to become part of the DNA reduction. For explanatory purposes, we'll say that with the density you have, you are on the lower end of the spectrum. Different ranges exist on the higher spectrum, such as the angelic realm and the guidance realm. The guidance realm is where I come from. Master Jesus and many of the other Melchizedeks, all of the great masters who have manifested into light body exist in the guidance realm. Beyond the guidance realm, there exist light beings, which permeate every living entity essence in all universes. Above light beings, we have what we call the outer light band, which is where more concentrated forms of light beings exist along with the Akashic record. Beyond that, we come to the Christ consciousness, and the totality of the creator energy. Does that mean that I can still buy that car I want, and that house too? Kyrael, this is one of the most important questions in this book. If you remember nothing else, let it be this. If in reading this book, you find yourself saying, "There no need to buy something or enter into a long-term agreement because when the shift happens, it's not going to have any bearing," then catch yourself. You couldn't be making a more reckless statement. Your life plan calls for certain experiences and each is meant to bring a new level of understanding. Each time you choose to shortcut a lesson, it is simply deferred to the new reality for you to work on then. No matter what, do not deny the possibilities of experience. Imagine, if you would, that you awaken in an energy where all has moved to a space only dreamed about in the past. As you look around and see the potential of life, it is so beautiful that it is breathtaking. You begin to understand about your new body and the capabilities within this new reality. However, due to an incomplete learning situation, your higher self lays out a plan whereby you must repeat an experience. While all your being wants the new energy, it cannot move until all has been mastered. Therefore, leave no possibilities undone. Master everything your higher self lays before you with passion, for this is what brings you into this new millennium. The fourth dimension is the essence of pure thought, and anything and everything that exists in the third dimension must have originated in the fourth. It is, in fact, the bridge between the learning space that humans occupy and all other realities. It is a space that all evolving entities must access. They can communicate and share the learning while still affording the luxury of self-learning. As the shift gathers momentum and allows humans a new and exciting place to evolve, the fourth becomes the newest of schoolhouses, but one that will have little or no resemblance to the one you're leaving. As you enter into the fourth dimension, The collapse of the third dimension creates a vacuum. This creates a pulling force that automatically draws fifth dimensional energy towards the current shift, and you will discover the dimension of love. Your journey into the fourth will be relatively short. You will learn at a rapid rate, and then all will be left will be to return to how you once were in Lemuria. Once you have attained the level of the fourth, you no longer have the grasp on fear that has permeated the third. Therefore, advancing to the fifth dimension becomes a given. You will remember your existence on the Lemurian plane soon after awakening into the fourth dimension. The galactic energy that you may be carrying will be set aside as the love energy that you seek becomes the rule. The fourth offers a multitude of new experiences, and you will want to spend a long time in it. Portals are circular energy patterns, and as you go through them, they will cleanse and transport you into the new thought patterns of the fourth dimension. Portals will allow you to understand more about your own embodiment, as they are the entrances to the shift itself. At the portals, portal workers will assist those entering the new dimension. As soon as you pass through the portal, the cleansing begins. This is where all the unnecessary energies that you may have been carrying are removed. Suppose that you have a cancer or tuberculosis or any kind of illness. For the most part, this will be removed, allowing for a fresh start. Since all your third dimensional illnesses were created for self-learning within the third dimension, you will discover that you don't want to create illness. You will evolve beyond 99% of this. Your molecular structure and physical embodiment will come into a much different alignment. Your metabolic rate will change, your heart realigned, and your brain power expanded. Your embodiment will change: larger kidneys, better blood pressure, and so on. If you are around 50 years old at the time of the shift, it is safe to add as much as 130 to 150 years. The average lifespan can easily reach into the high hundreds. Even this can be extended, if it is desired. You choose. The portals will actually be fully open prior to the 3 days of darkness, but they will not be evident at all. After the 3 days of darkness, they will be extremely evident. By then, the Galactic Brotherhood will already have made their presence known. Internal portal workers will be those who are already evolved into the fourth dimension, and they will help others to evolve in a gentler, loving fashion. They will also help to dispel any residual fear. External portal workers will experience the shift from the highest element. It's difficult to explain in third-dimensional terms, however, if you have chosen to be an external portal worker, know that you made the commitment before coming onto the Earth plane. The commitment probably saved you 10 to 20 lifetimes in the fourth and fifth dimensions, and you will be rewarded in the light of Master Jesus and all of the Grand Masters who will be there in assistance. All of you will be light beings, and once in the portal, you will feel the love from the fifth dimension.